These are the 5 best duo drop spots for ranked and tournaments in Chapter 5 Season 2. Make sure you like the video for the algorithm, and thank you to Michael Gamer for being a positive member of the JKC community. Let's get into our first drop. Send this video to your duo partner so they can pick which drop they like the best. Our first drop is one you're going to find right on the bottom of this massive mountain you're seeing on the map right here. It's kind of in the northeast of the map. I guarantee you this is a type of house that you've seen a lot in the map, but you've never actually took notice of it. This is a house you rotate past. This is a house you kind of get a bit of loot mid-game from, but this house is a lot more than that. It can be a drop spot. For ranked, the boss sells a Thunderburst SMG, and you can also hire Laguna. I would suggest landing in the radio tower so you can have a really super good positioning. So if anyone else is landing here, you can even beam them out the sky. I'm going to bring up the map for this kind of area around here, and you can see that it is no joke in terms of the amount of chests. If you can't get the radio tower, land this side of the roof where they can't hit you, and kind of hack into the roof this way. There is a chest. In the best case scenario, one player from the duo lands up top in the little observatory tower, and one player lands here on top of this chest. From there, it's pretty simple. Jump down, under the stairs there's another chest, instantly 2 chests within about 5 seconds. That's something to write home about. Then run through the store, grab the slurp barrels. If you're uncontested, you should preferably wait for your duo to get these so you can both get them together. There's a floor spawn that's straight in the doorway here, and then carry on going. A lot of people like to go the low-key drops, but this is one they probably would not have even considered. I forgot this was here until the start of this season. The whole of last season it went completely unnoticed. I think a similar thing is going to happen this season. You also end up in a solid position with an easy rotate around this area to the middle of the map where the first zone's most likely to pull. If you thought this drop was good, you get ready to have your socks blown off because the next drops are crazy. This second drop has to be one of my favourites, and it looks something like this. Yes, it even has a repeat van. So if we look at the map, it is right down in the bottom left of the map. I told you guys I'd pick locations that are nice and far away from each other, and I've done that. This one's right at the bottom of the map, as I just said, and if you look at the map, this is what it looks like when it's on the map, so you got to admit it's pretty solid. In terms of where I land, this spot is honestly the best. I suggest one of you player gets the floor loot up here, because there are 2 spots and there's more than likely to be a gun up here, and the other player should land on this red roof and take this house. Not all of the loot, but just like secure it down, so any other team that's contesting this spot can't find it. If you get good drops for this spot every single time, you're going to win 100%. 2 chests in the observatory tower for the player that lands up here. Then going straight down, there's another chest, making this a very tightly congested area for getting chests. And by going down the stairs, the observatory player can meet up with the other player in the main lobby. If the second player hacks through the roof, they can land straight in the lobby, grab the chest, then they can even mantle upstairs to grab another chest. Both of the players are getting instant chests on them. And the instant loot comparison compared to the players that might land here, the little garage and the thing over here, is going to be massive. Although you're being put quite far out in this drop, the sheer amount of loot you can get, and also the rotation path, having not a lot of locations in this area, means that it's fully worthwhile. While this one isn't a main POI, this third drop is definitely the closest to being a main location. Yes, I'm talking about the fabled yacht. It is moved from last season from about here to here, but it is still very good in terms of its loot. This is where Cooper and Miro landed last season, and if they're happy with a drop like this, it has to be good. I think at the start of this season, everyone factually reset it in their minds, and they've forgotten that the yacht has been here, especially since it moved from this bay area to all the way over here, which isn't that far now I think about it. But the point is, not that many people remember where it was, so it's going to be a lot better for you and your duo to land at. Landing the deck is obviously the best option. Having instant access to floor loot and making sure you have the best drop is going to mean that you have the best chance of either killing them out of the air or killing them as soon as they touch down before they get a weapon. The yacht is pretty big, so one of the main mistakes people are going to make is splitting up. So if you and your duo split up, you're going to be just as vulnerable as the rest of the players here. If you stay together, however, then you're going to be in a lot better position. They've actually removed all of the bots from this area. There's only them in ranks now. The vault is automatically open, so if you want to, you can instantly go straight down to the vault with your duo. You both just have to have really good drops And what you're gonna do is go to anywhere along this floor, but I like to go under these stairs because it offers nice protection. Drop down, run, and from then on it's simple. You just run straight on until you get to the vault. It's gonna be wide open and competitive. Just farm like 4 or 5 builds just so you can block off all events. So I would not suggest landing like this and running straight in, hacking this and getting straight into the vault. Because even if you go into the vault, you can't protect this area. So someone can just drop down and instantly 50-50 you. Either way, if it's good enough for Miro and Cooper, it's good enough for me and it's good enough for you guys. I would lock in because this one's actually a little bit more of a complicated one. Okay, so the premise behind this one is if you're contested, you're both going to land this temple right here. But if you're not contested, one of you's going to land this temple and the other one's going to land this mountainside. Hear me out. This temple is pretty solid. It's got a legendary chest. It's got like 5 or 6 normal chests. I'll bring up a picture of it on screen. However, the mountainside has about the same, just without the legendary chest. It probably has a couple more slightly normal chests. The legendary chest is situated straight as you go in, just to the left. If you land on this and you're contested, you basically won. The other player in a contested scenario should land on the floor loot here, which is usually a weapon, I've got to be honest. But again, if uncontested, you're going to make sure the one player lands here, which hasn't got a ton of loot, but it's got definitely enough for one player. And the other player is going to land this mountain / this hut. So what's so good about this? If you land here, you instantly get 2 chests and plus slurp barrels and a ton of mats. I say a ton of mats because if we look at the brick around here, there is so many bricks. You could even land this mountainside if you're outdropped at this POI. You're going to either use a zip line to go down, or if you're in stealthy mode, you can slide. Do not pop any shield because this house is quite possibly the best house for shield in the entirety of Fortnite. Break these 2 slurp barrels and run in here and you've got full shield for days. This entire stack of slurp barrels is great to get full shield. Also has 2 chests, 2 more chests. If you drop down from the top of the mountain, you will see that this again is not a normal drop. This is what we call the Mountain of Intrigue. This mountain has about 8 chests in it. And although it is pretty dodgy, you can block off the entrance. It is an option if you're contested at the main spot and don't think you can take them. If you don't think you can take them, then don't be disheartened because that is not an issue. This is why we have backup drops after all. You get to see wonderful cave systems such as these. If you find these useful today, make sure you use code JKC in the Fortnite item shop because it is the #1 way to support my channel. Let's get into the next one. Now this one is again a drop that is going to depend on whether you're contested or not. If you are contested, it's pretty easy. Land at this house right here. If you're uncontested, then you can split them up however you want. This is a mix of a train station and a little building estate. The train station has about 4 chests in it, and the building estate has a lot more than 4 chests in it. This is why you have to land there where you're contested. A little tip I always find when landing building estates, always land on the part that the enemy can't see you on, i.e. this side. If I land on this side, they're not going to be able to see me, and if we run through this roof, you can see we have 1 chest right here, and there's multiple other chests around us. Hack on this, there's another chest, and another chest will spawn, and go upstairs and hack this part of the roof. Finally, for the first house, go back onto the first floor, and your final chest will be there. Sorry, no, a cheeky fireplace chest is also there, as well as a cheeky one on the outside balcony. And there's also another couple chests out on the stones. If you're really throwing loot and you're contested, you can even go over to this island with the love heart. It also has some chests. Yes guys, I'm bringing the best drops you've ever seen. I know, you can tell me all about it in the comment section. But I can't see this one being that contested this season. It's just too good and honestly too unknown. And finally, we even have a reboot van for you. Don't forget to share this to your duo partner so they know and they can pick which drop to go as well. And the solo drops are on the screen. These are the best solo drops you're ever going to find. And honestly, you need to land there. I'll see you in that one, folks, in a bit.